Okay, thank you, Zach. Here you have an item that everyone's been asking us to review, the WCR-600. So they only arrived in the UK a couple of weeks ago. We were confident that they were going to be good because it's kind of a hybrid of existing ATX machines. You've got like the monorail that often people use with the folding wall rack, the FBR-750, even the uprights are the same as on other pieces of kit. These arms you would have seen us review on the MXL-700 multi-gym. Even the J-hooks and safety booms, they're the 700 series. Weight stacks are the normal weight stacks as well, like on the CPT 800. So we're familiar with the whole machine, just not put together quite in this way. Excuse me sweating, we are in a heat wave. I haven't even installed this. Zach, who's filming, has done this. It's just a local job a few miles away from work, so that's why I popped in to take a look at it and show you. So nice standout features. We've mentioned the extender pulley arms, like on the MXL 700. I'll show you how easy these are to move. So I might even wheel the bench out. So great combinations of kit in here. MBX 660 ladder adjustable bench. Of course, it's quite a deep rack, so you can get away with a ladder adjustable. We've got on the floor, if Zach shows you, we've got the OP-LEA, so the leg developer, which goes alongside this bench. We've even got some adjustable new bells. So pretty much all the items we would recommend for a home gym are in this compact space. Right, so the extender pulley arms. Which arm do you want to go with? This one?
Go with this one, yeah.
Okay. So there we go. It's quite a weighty arm, but easy enough to move. Okay. So nice pop pin mechanism. Even the handle's nice and knurled. That's a good finisher. And you might have seen Home Gym Con recently, where people liked this little adjustment. So it is easy little adjustment, like a brake on a bike. No different. You've got the same sort of brake system to adjust things like the setup on the GHD 820, the 800 series glute ham developer that ATX do. Okay, and then these pulleys swivel. So it means you could either go super wide like this on both arms, or you could come in, just hit myself with a stirrup handle, or you could come in nice and narrow. So let's drop this one down. What are we on? Number 27. Okay, so number 27. Get my hand out of the way this time so you can see how narrow they come. So if I wanted to do a lat pull down, for example, let's do a lat pull down. Then that would be perfect. If the bench was there, I mean, I can do this on the floor. But there you go, you can see I can do a lat pull down. On the MXL 700, you might have seen, which was the larger multi-gym, you might have seen there was a connector bar. It's not sold separately yet. This machine would benefit again from having a connector bar. We sell a longer connector bar, but that narrower one was good. I think it's only a matter of time before ATX release it as a separate product. So keep a lookout for that one because it'll make even more of what is a very good machine. Despite this all being fantastic value at $2,195, I do wish that the cable stirrup handles were included. They are not. So we brought these along. So that's a very, very sensible addition. We have in here the 6-foot international bar. So it fits in a nice compact space. I've shown this one before where you've got basically shorter sleeves. So you've got less loading, but the same internal bar width. So it fits on an Olympic width rack. Now, Zach is zooming in on these weight stacks. Mike, who's got this multi-gym, because of the space, and he's going to be the only one using it, he asked that the stickers be on the inside. Not that we apply the stickers, we just turn the slabs around. So very sensibly, on images, it's normally the other way around. But Mike said, I'm using it within the rack. Can you turn all the slabs around? So I've got the stickers facing in. I'll do the pin loading from within the rack. So that's the reason being. We did, though, only gosh, only yesterday, Farrant Fitness. So Chris at Farrant Fitness. So he messaged, he's got 2 of these units, said installation is going superbly. We're putting these in at the moment. From a PT's point of view, if you've got a client working there, then I think you're going to want them on the outside. So as ATX picture, you're going to want them on the outside. But there's nothing like you get on some pieces of kit, which mean that it's one-sided. So Zach's had this on jobs, things like the LSW 850, CPT 800, they are one-sided for a reason. These aren't, so you can just choose whichever best suits you. Talking about installations. So this isn't as, it's forgiving to a degree because you've got this nice stringer system here. So you've got the mounting rail. So this allows you to get into stud work or brickwork. However, it's not as forgiving as, say, the FBR 750, where you have the stringers. The reason being, so Chris at Farrant Fitness, his job went swimmingly for 2 units. Zach had a bit of an issue with this one. So a bit of an issue being is you can see he's cut out the skirting. Zach, you might want to zoom in on this one. You've done a much better job on this one. There you go. So he's had to cut out the skirting to factor for the plates rather than put wedges or blocks underneath the feet. And also, unbeknown to us, the void in the wall was 9 centimeters. So Zach's had to go get 150 mil securing bolts. So he's still 5 centimeters into the brick, but that is also why he's doubled up on the amount of bolts as well, because he's conscious that there's quite a big void. So here's the test that. So it is incredibly firm. There you go, look. So it is incredibly firm because most of the load is going vertically anyway. So it's staying still. But you might get lucky. A lot of installs are just going to go straight in, but sometimes they don't. So it's forgiving to a degree. We'll show you these J-hooks quickly because these are the new 700 series ones. Now, so ordinarily, you used to have on J-hooks, not necessarily ATX because they've always had good quality accessories, but you might have, say, like a flash of rubber with a couple of screws in. Same on this section, and over time they'd wear or come off. But as you can see, that is one solid piece. So that's not going to tear up your bar, and it's a lovely finish as well. So in terms of using it day in, day out, that is nice to use. J-hooks being the exact same, even the internals look. So that is actually acetyl plastic, so hard plastic, so it's not going to scratch up your frame, which not only looks nice, but is also a benefit given when you think you're going to have these running up and down it all the time. So if you add like a poor finished J-hook and safeties, then that's going to damage that in time and isn't going to run so well. Smaller features, you've got things like the band pegs. I'm not really one myself to set up the band pegs, but everything runs incredibly smooth. Some nice things on this one is you might have seen on some of the cable units like the Power Axe where you've got like a double cable system, so it interrupts the use of this, whereas you notice that if cable only mounts from the top, so similar on the MXL 700 multi-gym, put it up out the way, then this is clear. You're basically using a normal half rack. So a nice decent half rack. Move them out of the way if you want to. So yeah, half rack, dual adjustable pulley for including VAT and delivery. Not a hell of a lot more than $2,000. You can see as well when Zach's moving around like that, the hardware, like all of the steel is laser cut, and then the quality of the actual hardware, the bolt size going through it, enough so that it is a bit of a pain in the bum when you've got to install these, isn't it, Zach? Because they've got massive bolts on them. Anything else you can think of?
I think we covered everything. Do you want to talk about the weights tray at all?
Oh yeah, we have got that nice, that is WPT 186, I think, off the top of my head. So a nice weights tree. We favour these in the gym at the moment as well. So a remnants, almost, I think it's a remnants of the 800 series. So a great big box section on there. You can store as much as you want. So the one in the gym, I reckon we've got about 4 times the amount of weight on it. Good way to hold your bars as well, because you haven't. It's not a bar holder where you've got a cup and you need excessive room above the bar. You can just hook them in. If I show you on this rack as well with this ladder adjustable bench, so where the weight stacks actually bring the half rack out slightly, as you can see, is even on a steep incline like a shoulder press position, and I can still get in nice and close to the actual rack. So yeah, we kind of knew what to expect to the WCR-600, but you've been asking us to review it. So here you go.